So today on Project Shop, we are finally going to be loading the trailer down with scrap so we can take it to Miami. Now, I might have another full day of scrapping out here, but at least we're going to get everything that we got right now weighed, loaded, see where we're at. We want to get at least, a couple $1,000s on the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and use this, my new favorite blade, and I'm just going to cut this thing right in half, and then once I get it in half, I'll see about cutting that plate out of there. I forget how far down it goes, but it might go down into, I think it's aluminum. I gotta get the magnet out of here, but I'm pretty sure it's just that plate. I'm gonna get that out of here. Oh, look at that green bug. Wow. We got a little spider. Looks like he's got I don't know what his problem is. Every day I find a new bug out here. We got ants. Yeah, we got bullet holes. So yeah, I'm going to cut this thing in half, get it off. We got a bin on the thing. I'm going to bring my scale over so we can start weighing all the casts. He's taking apart the, wow, that's all kinds of electronic crap in there.
That's just for the trunk.
Yeah, that's probably one of those soft close trunks. This thing probably had an automatic. There's so much crap. So he's going to take that apart. Then he's going to take this apart. We got to get this out of here. This is the roof of the car. Looks like we got one. We got to be careful with this, but maybe we'll, I want to set that off. The curtain airbag. Maybe we'll put some 12 volt to that from a distance in a safe manner, YouTube. You know how we always, we're all about safety over here at Project Shop. Just tons of electronics. Huh, interesting. Yeah, we got to get all this off. We got to get this out and cleaned up. We're going to work on those boxes there, get the steel plates out. I have 3 more of these I found. We'll get all that loaded up, get this area cleaned. I'm going to have Dakota help me get the air compressor over that way and get that set up, at least so we have some air out here. And then I'm probably going to have him help me move a bunch of the stuff in there out, like all the AC stuff. I'm just going to bring it out, put it on pallets for now, cover it, tape up any holes so no bugs get in there, because I mean, if there's a hole, a bug will get in it, or a spider will get in it. I mean, it's crazy out here. But I need to definitely get a beat on that, because I need to start bringing my stuff in there like tonight. So we might cut off halfway. It looks like the weather said we might have some rain today, which, sucks, but yeah. Anyway, we gotta start sorting stuff. We got so much going on over here. I mean, we got cows, we got pigs, we got scrap, we got shelves, we got sorting, building. It's definitely a lot of work, but you know what? I'm happy to do all of it, because all of this is, it's mine and my wife's, and not some random dude, that we're paying rent to. Everything that we do, we're doing for ourselves now and benefiting us. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, going forward, it's just going to get better. Now, obviously, we have a heck of a mess out here that we need to get a beat on, get on top of. And once I start sorting some of this stuff out here and kind of going through everything, it's going to be, it's going to work itself out. By the end of the week, we're going to be in a totally different situation. We'll have another little shed, relieve some space. There's a huge space in the middle here being taken up by lawnmowers, or a lawnmower, and my four-wheeler, whatnot. All that stuff is going to wind up going in a little shed. It's going to help out relieve the area. And I already decided that we're pouring this slab first, then that one, then that one. We're going to do a slab every 2 days. Do a slab, get back to sorting and scrapping, prep, do another slab, get back to sorting and scrapping. We'll do that slab, and then finally I'll have to slide some plywood up under this. I can move this with a pallet jack. We'll have to drag it. It's going to take some work, but we'll drag it up onto the slab. We can pour the last piece, which will be out to here, and then yeah, and that'll be it, man. We might have a little bit of extra concrete to start in here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have another round of concrete come out for that, and we'll pour that in 2 sections. Boom. That's going to be a big section to pour over there. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully that Harbor Freight concrete mixer holds up to the challenge. I'm pretty sure I bought a warranty with that, so we might be taking that thing back on a warranty and getting a brand new one. You know how we like our Harbor Freight warranties, and I gamed the system with them guys. I'll definitely turn my stuff in, even if it's still working. And you know what? They even say that. I've had many times tell me, hey, you know, even if it's working, bring it back before the warranty's up and get a new one. Okay. Hey, if you're offering, hey, I'm game. Anyway, let me get over here, cut this car in half, and get a scale out here, and we'll get some scrap ready to run. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna leave the steel. We're gonna leave the steel for a while. I'm just going to let it kind of pile up and build up, and then once I get new lugs on this thing, we'll take a massive load of steel to the scrap yard. We'll have them do the same thing. We'll pile all the sheet up front so it's not too heavy and it can dump, and the last little bit we'll load some of the heavier steel, and we'll load the back of my truck with the heavy steel, and we'll pull this. Dakota was showing me some pricing. He's saying that local scrap yard over there was paying 10 cents a pound for prepared steel. Now, whether or not they're going to consider this prepared steel, I don't know. Okay? If not, I'm just going to tell them, well, y'all lost my business, because I've been selling that prepared steel for 15 years. You know, we'll see. It'd be nice. You know, I don't mind supporting local people, especially steel. I don't like, steel really never really meant too much to me because it's not what I'm after. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's get to scrapping. Okay, I'm going to start cutting, but check this out. Dakota keeps finding, as he's tearing into that car and we're moving stuff around, that's 45. That's 9mm, that's a 45. I just stuffed that back in there, but that bullet was almost intact. I really want to know what that hit to stop it and keep it in such a good, you know, here's some ones that hit some gnarly stuff. These ones got ripped apart. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. We got ourselves a little collection now. We are going to be building a proper shooting range on the property. My buddy Steve that was here, that was helping me with the shelves the other day, he's really into that stuff. He's probably going to help me. We're going to build a long range and, you know, a shorter track for, you know, pistols. But I'm gonna have a way. I want a, what do you call that, bullet catcher. Basically just plates that are on an angle like this, and the bullets will drop down into either sand or water or something, you know, probably water or whatever, just to slow it down, and we can recover all this. You know, this is precious metal, man. Plus all the brass. I mean, we're going to do some shooting, so we're going to get quite a bit of brass. And then what I'll do is I'll melt that down into ingots, and maybe do something cool with it, give it away, or Federal 45 auto. Okay. All right, man. Noise coming in hot. Hey, my respirator for that. What's that?
I was gonna say that stuff don't smell too good.
Oh, cutting through the paint. Yeah. So, just like my muffs, even though I keep it inside that thing, I inspect everything for bugs. I'm gonna get a sealed container for this stuff, so we ain't gotta worry about it. But just be cautious. You can hear it cut, and all of a sudden, you got something crawling in your mouth. I wouldn't worry about all them little bits. Okay. Yeah. Are those other big plastic things loose? Down below? Yeah. You can just get that off. I wouldn't worry about the smaller stuff. Just move on to that other thing over here. Okay. The roof. trying to keep this up on the trailer as much as possible because of all the trash and glass falling out. If it falls on the deck, I can easily sweep it up. If it falls in the grass, I gotta break out a vacuum or something to clean it up. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for my WD-40 because what we have here is the blade's getting glazed over. Now, there's two ways of unglazing this. One would be to run it into some concrete or asphalt, and it'll open that right up. But if you keep some WD on there while you're cutting, it'll stop that aluminum from getting gummed up on there. I had a can out here yesterday. I can't find it. We might just have to find some type of oil to see if we can get it going, because I got to keep moving. Okay, I found my WD in a center block, which is real abrasive. So, as you can see, we are glazed up. I mean, that's kind of what it's supposed to look like. Right there on the very edge, you can see all the aluminum stuck to it. We're just going to give it a little shot with the WD. Now, that's really not going to do nothing right now. And then we're going to just run a couple little lines into that brick, and hopefully it'll clean that aluminum right off of there. And then we'll get back to scrapping. So now that I got my stuff, we can actually keep this blade open. Now, years ago when I cut concrete, drilling through steel, if you didn't know what you're doing, you could glaze up your bit. One thing you wanted to do when drilling through steel, cut way back on your water, just barely enough to come out. Keep the matrix nice and hot, the diamonds open. And 2, beach sand. I always kept a big bottle of beach sand in my truck. The core got glazed over, hitting a piece of steel, or mooning a bar, mooning maybe, instead of cutting through it like this, which is easy, mooning, catching like that, which causes all kinds of problems. A little slither on the inside could actually like loosen up and lock your bit up. But the sand would get in there and grind open the bit, keep it lube for you. It's gonna be a little dusty. When I cut, we always used water, so we didn't have much dust at all. Also, asphalt. Whenever I did big asphalt jobs, I always kept a bunch of spare blades on my truck. If I was cutting a lot of asphalt, I would swap through them blades. Like, say if I had 4 or 5 blades, different sizes, you know, and you only need like 10 feet. You run a regular blade in asphalt for about 10 feet with a soft matrix. Those diamonds will be like big sparkly nuggets, man. And the next time you put that in the concrete, it'll cut like butter. I used to, you know, I had all the tricks, man. Okay. Getting there. Already knocking that stuff right off. Alright, as you can see, about got all that aluminum out of there. So we'll just keep it lubed up with a little bit of WD where we're cutting. It looks like this blade's about done. It's hard to tell, but it's all smooth right here. I think we ran out of the matrix. If that's the case, that's really interesting how this blade was made. Looks like it was just kind of glued or melted on. Whereas when I used to cut concrete, the segments were actually an individual piece that was soldered on. This looks like it was just like somehow glued to the thing. Yeah, I think this blade's done. I'm gonna try to cut with it a little bit more, but if the front edge ain't got nothing on it, I mean, that's smooth as can be. This blade ain't gonna cut. It's still got side clearance and diamonds on the side, which is kind of deceptive that they would still have the diamonds, but oh, I can actually see it. Yeah, huh. That is kind of deceptive. Alright, we're going to see if it cuts anyway. If not, we're just going to move on to something else. Okay, so the aluminum is still cutting right through it like nothing. But unfortunately, when I get into anything thicker, it's really, the blade's pretty much done. But the good thing is, I bought a pack of 2 for 26 bucks on clearance at Tractor Supply. So I just need to go find the other one. It's in a milk crate somewhere. But that did open it up and keep it clean. And we got a couple more. Need to flip it one more time. There's a couple braces in there I think I need to cut. Okay. Just about cut all the way through. A couple of spots. Looks like that brackets are aluminum too. Alright, looks like we're about to get in half. I just need to finish the cut there. These are the brackets that are holding me up. And we got a little finished cut to do right here and up top. I think I can get the rest of it with that blade, but then I'm going to go look for the new blade. Let me see. Bullets. All the bullets. Wow, look at that. That's cool shit. Look how it spread those open. Huh. Wow, there's like 3 layers here. Or 2 layers or something. That's crazy. That's like a aluminum tape or something. Maybe sound deadening. Look how that one ripped it. It's funny how bullets work. Anyway, we're just gonna keep on cutting. We're almost there. Get this in half. It'll stack a little easier on the car or on the trailer. And I'll probably flip them up and load them. I'll load them up with scrap once they're flipped up on their side. And then we're going to pull them airbag things out. And we're done with this. Oh, I got to cut the plate out, yeah. Okay, we keep getting sporadic rain again, as you can see by the pond over there. I don't know if it's going to show, but it's raining even though the sun's out. It's kind of crazy. So we moved the operation temporarily under the carport. We got Dakota here. I got him cutting ballast with the jaw and showing him how to do all that. Flip it one more time. The other way. There you go. Try not to open, like, try to keep your movements close together so your cycle time keeps up. See, now you're like into the transformer on that side. Yeah, keep going. You're all right. You don't have to apologize. Just watch cutting through that thicker steel is what I'm saying. That's the only thing. As long as you can knock it out of there, it don't really matter. We'll get the copper out one way or the other. So unfortunately, that big stack of these old ballasts had half aluminum, half copper. I'm gonna go get my small scale real quick and see about. We're gonna weigh one to see if it's actually worth processing. Even though copper's way up, it might not be worth it. Okay. While I was looking for my scale, which I haven't found yet, to check if these ballasts are actually all those same ones are actually going to be worth it or not. My grade stick came in, so let's take a little look at that real quick. Nice. Yeah. $16 feet, I think. Man. Well, it's got little buttons. Do not operate during storms or near high voltage. Well, a storm is like almost every day out here. Bam, look at that. That's awesome. Got little push buttons back here. I wonder what that's about. 16 foot, 15, 14. I wonder why that's backwards like that. Okay. So I believe I have 2 transit levels. Got a nice smooth operation. Yeah, Home Depot used to have these in stock all the time. And I was always going to buy one because I don't know what happened to the ones from my transit level, but they don't carry them no more. You got to order them. I think this was $47 on Amazon, and the one at Home Depot was $47, I think. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't really even matter how accurate it is, as long as it's you know, the same when we measure from there to there. So what I have to do is I got to find a point, a standard point in the yard. I'll have to move the trailer and move that stuff, but what I need to do is probably set up like over there and then drive a stake in the ground so that I can always go back to that same spot. And then we'll find a common, which is going to be the corner of that slab, because it almost looks like, I didn't measure nothing, it almost looks like some of this is a little higher than that slab. But I want it to, whatever we pour out here, I want it to have a slight pitch that way, like probably from this post to that post, maybe a ½ inch or an inch, you know, not much. Over 20, I think that's a 20-foot span, a 1-inch drop, just so if any water ever does get under here, it goes that way. And then once we start pouring out here, because I want a slab in front of this, because eventually me and my wife are going to park our vehicles in here to keep them out of the sun. So we got to hustle and get my other shop going. Well, we got to sort the stuff. We got so much to do, but we're knocking it out every day. So we're on the job, okay? But I would like a big enough slab out here that I can pull the cars out, I can wash them, I can maintain them, change the oil. You know, eventually I'll have my tire machines on the other side of the property, but you know, I like to be able to do something over here off the grass, you know. I wish I would have known how mucky this was going to be, because what I would have done is over there where they drilled the well, it all ran down here while they were drilling. I would have made a trench and then put the dirt on this side of the trench to make like a decent wall, and I would have ran that water, all that slurry, and I would have dug a big old hole over there so that it goes in the ground, because it is a mess, and it's probably going to be months before that mess goes away down there with all that slurry and stuff. It's going away, but it's also tearing up the grass, and it's just mucky. But anyway, we're going to get back to some scrapping. I'm probably, I got to look at the radar again, because you know it's crazy? Sun, it's all sunny. Clouds, dark clouds. Okay? So, we just keep getting hit with intermittent rain showers. So while it's not raining, I'm going to get out here, start measuring scrap up, or weighing it up, and getting it into start getting it in the bin, start loading it, and then I got to finish cutting my thing here. So, but I need my other cutting disc, and I have no idea. It's up in the mess that is my life right now. We're all good, man. We're here for it. We're here for the mess, man. If you ain't messy, man, you ain't making money. Or at least in the scrap game, you got to make a mess to make that money, and we sure like to make that mess. So we got Dakota pulling apart some ballast. Oh yeah, I got to find my thing. All right, let me find my thing, get back to business, and we'll get back out here and figure out this scrap, what we're going to do, and start loading the trailer. Okay, here's the situation. It's raining on and off. We're trying to load, I'm weighing stuff and loading it, and it keeps raining. So we're going to change gears, and me and Dakota are going to set my air compressor up over here, so we actually have to make a little bit of room. And well, we got to do it anyway because I need these racks inside. We're going to set up a shelf inside. We're going to set these racks, these rails, and those go for the shelf I'm going to put up. And then basically, so I have some room, I'm going to put the compressor here. Now I know it's going to be loud when it's running under here, but unfortunately it is what it is at the moment. I need some compressed air out here. I don't know. Eventually I'm going to build a lean-to on the back. I got a guy coming tomorrow. He's got 2 500-pound rolls of metal roofing. They're in the roll form, so he's going to come and look and see what I have, so that he can decide, you know, what's this style here is slightly different than that style. But I want to get the same style that's on the roof of my house and this, or whatever the most common style we have out here. He's going to run me basically 2 500-pound rolls for scrap price. It's good to know, people. And then I'll have all the roofing I need to do lean-tos, make an addition back here for the fuel processor, If I need to replace any of these panels, like one of them panels is cracked up there, I don't know if I could just get up there and patch it or just replace the panel. I don't know, but we got a lot going on, let me tell you. But the rain is not helping right now. So anyway, we're gonna clear this out, clean this up a little bit, put a compressor here, and then we're gonna go inside and we're gonna pull out the air conditioning units and some other stuff that I don't really want getting wet, but I'm not going to be too worried if it does. But I do have tarps out here where we'll tarp it and clear some space so we can actually do something in the shop. Okay, it keeps raining on us on and off. Like literally it'll just start downpouring and then stop. Downpouring and stop. So I'm overworking outside. We're going to move on the inside and do some shelving because I need to get this stuff in. We did get a compressor over there. It will reach the 220, but I am going to one, level it so it's a little more level, and temporarily run wires up through. But my buddy's coming Friday to, we're probably going to put maybe three 220s, or maybe two different 220s on two different circuits, and then one on the back side so that I can plug in the we'll get a 220 and a 110 so we can run the centrifuge and the phase converter, or the what do you call that, the RFD, variable frequency drive. So that's a plus. Now I can I have air out here. We can run our air chisel and probably knock the boxes apart. We're going to take all this stuff out. This basically, those three things there, those two things, probably the stainless steel thing with all my pumps in it. It's not going to hurt them if they get wet, but we're going to tarp everything and you know, keep it kind of condensed right there for now until we can find a home for it. I don't think the home is going to be in here, but you know, we'll work on it. So hopefully here in the next couple minutes we'll have this place cleared out. I can breathe, and then we can get a good bead on sending stuff down, sending racks. Before I set this rack up, I got everything here. I got the cross members, the uprights, I got the shelving, that's for the decking or whatnot. Before I put that up and block off this space, we're going to move some stuff out of here and give us some breathing room, and then start sorting. There's just so much stuff, and we're like gridlocked. It's hard for me to do anything. I'm out here looking for tools, trying to get everything going, and I just keep, I'm looking and looking and looking, and I just gotta stop, take a break, finish some shelves, get the stuff that's everywhere up where I can kind of see it and look at the stuff, and just, because there's stuff on their tarps, there's stuff in bins, there's just it's crazy, man. So we're here for it, man. But the rain is definitely causing us problems over here. And another thing I'd like to do is actually get some of these lights up, so we got better lighting. This ain't happening. I don't know, maybe next time I'm at Home Depot I'll just get them plug and play and bypass the ballast. And then we got to figure something else out, because it's dark in here, man, and it seems like that's why the spiders like being in here. I already killed two. Dakota had a great idea. He don't like spiders. He had a great idea. He's, get that MAP gas torch out here and we'll just cook them. Also, which we did, one with babies. Could have had hundreds of more spiders in here. So far I killed 3 spiders with big giant sacks. So hopefully they'll start slowing down. He's got a salt gun he uses for flies. Where'd you say you got that salt gun, online? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to get a salt gun so we can go spider hunting, and we're going to have fun with that. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. It kind of rained out, and it's my birthday, so we're cutting off before it gets dark for once. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. Let me block the sun. We got a beautiful sunset coming. I just went and fed the animals. Murmur does not like being separated from them cows. Matter of fact, I'll go show you in a second here. But today, we did get some scrapping done, but not as much as I wanted to because it just kept raining. Every time we go get set up, it started pouring. I had to bring my tools back in. I got tired of that. So we just worked underneath the carport for a little bit. I had him cut up a bunch of ballast. I didn't find my scale, my very accurate scale, to see if it's going to be worth doing this with the price of copper today. But I gave him some time on the jaw. He thought it was pretty cool. We did get the compressor set up over here. So at least we have air out here now. I can run 220 to it. We can actually run the plasma cutter. I found all of my concrete tools. The only thing I didn't find is my transit level, which I think is in here somewhere. I have two of them. I got a really nice one and a nice one, and then I got a really nice one. And they're old school ones, but they're in a really nice case. So I found the legs for the transit tripod. Found all my concrete finishing tools. What else we got? Somewhere. Oh, I can see it from here. Bright orange box. Up there is my transit level. So we got that. We'll come out here. I don't think we're going to need to shoot grade. I mean, I probably will just to make it nice and get myself back into using a tripod. I'd probably just use a level and a 10-foot square piece of wood, which we have over here. But I got Dakota coming back 8 a.m. We're going to get right on. Before he gets here, I'm going to try to pull out the materials, get them over there, get the stuff set up. We're going to get right on pouring some concrete. We got to get that slab done before it rains, and then I have to set up some type of tarp because it's just, I know it's probably going to rain on and off throughout the day, but it seems like the rain don't start until around like 11, 12 o'clock. So if we can get the slab poured before then, before that, that'll be awesome. I did take the air handler and the thing outside. I actually purposely left this uncovered so rain could wash it, because this was by the ocean, and there is slight, even as brand new as this is, there was slight corrosion down there at the bottom. I'm going to actually wash this with my electric pressure cleaner, blast it with soap and water. To blast off anything. Then I'm going to look into that stuff that they were using to keep this stuff fresh, because this was literally brand new. They said they literally put it in a couple months before they demoed the building. So I don't know about this shed, but definitely my shop needs one of these bad boys. So that'll be an expense I won't have to put out. You know, it's like probably I don't know, 8 grand, 10 grand maybe for some of these big things for the whole package. But we did get some smaller shelves set up in here, which we'll fill out tomorrow with some stuff where I can see and organize. I did find, we went to assemble this, and I was missing the little things that drop in here. I found them out there. So I'm kind of, it's coming along, you know. it's a little process, a little bit of work, but we're here for it. Like I said, it's going to be a work in progress. We're just going to keep knocking a little bit out every day, a little scrapping every day, project every day, whatever we can, and it's just going to get better. As soon as I kind of get a flow of where my stuff is and a flow of scrap in and out, where I can actually start making money again, it's going to be better. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get into some cool projects. I already got some cool ideas, for some content and some scrapping and a lot of other things I want to do. Now, right now, I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff up on here that was sitting out under a tarp because we needed the tarp for that. It's like I said, a work in progress. Now, tomorrow, most of these shelves will probably be full by the end of the day, and we'll have a slab. And then possibly the start of a second one. If not, we actually pour the second one, depending on how it is. Now, the second one, since it's going to be underneath, I could pour that and not really worry about the rain, maybe the beginning, the front, but the rain is definitely going to be an issue. But regardless of what happens tomorrow, we're pouring concrete. I'm really excited about that. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm trying to get you guys a film every day. I know not all of you guys are here for the other stuff other than scrapping, but it is what I'm doing. And some of the people like it. I like to bring you guys along for the ride. It's all part of the whole project shop, building the ultimate shop. It's a long journey, but we're getting there. We got a lot of equipment and nice things for the ultimate shop. Still a couple things we need for the farm that I'm going to be working on. But we're getting there, man. We got most of the stuff we need, a good beat on, at least getting started. And then it'll all go up from there, man. And I appreciate you guys watching. And we'll see you back here in the morning. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard.
Dance before?